Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So off we go then. The great Samuel Eto'o, Jim, one of Africa's all-time greats.
Easily amongst the best ever, Peter. Powerful, prolific, pure class. There wasn't a defender in Europe who didn't fear this guy. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Applies the finish! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Climbs up big! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Lam tries to clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. And here's the chance to counter. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Maldini gets over and intercepts. And he's picked out the run. Lam. Xavi Alonso played into space. Oh, can he get onto this? And it's Cruyff. Still goalless. Oh, it's come loose. And he's there to belt it away. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. That's an imaginative pass. That's a shade optimistic. Dealt with nicely by the defence. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Couldn't squeeze it through. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Forlan. Now it's Messi. Might be danger here. That is a crunching tackle. Baresi gets rid without sophistication. Cruyff. That pass has been well intercepted. Mateus. The ball has bounced loose now. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff purring through the gears. Now, who's going to be first to this? Crossing. This time, surely! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Mateus. No, it's come to nothing. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Cruyff. Muscular approach does pay off here. Now he's off and running. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first half thoughts?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Number 5, Suarez.
And the second half gets underway.
Johan Cruyff.
Colorado Springs really are going to need to improve in a hurry if they don't want to fall behind here. Upping the intensity and the tempo will be their starting point.
Nesta calmly anticipates. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
This is Messi. He is through here. Header! And he's gone looking for safety.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And it's Bale. It's a really well-measured ball. Lahm proves... Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this.
Yeah, plenty of jostling in that box. They just need a good delivery.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Bale. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. And still, we await the first breakthrough. And this is Eto'o. And he's away. He's through. It's one-on-one. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. No second thought. A straight red card. Well, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
Forlan ready to try one.
Substitution on
Well,
the
it's quite
field.
simple. They have the best
Number
man for the
10,
job on it.
Messi. Coming on the field is number 9, Ribery. Substitution in progress.
Mateus!
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
Can he get it through? Oh, well measured. Just the goalkeeper to beat.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Koller under intense pressure.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee.
Koller! Oh! Fantastic! A finish of true class. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
What a time to take the lead. But now comes the dilemma of whether you ought to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Substitutions taking place.
Couple of changes then in quick succession. A 1-0 lead established.
Well, it's great commitment on show here. They'll be hoping now that they can stay focused and disciplined enough to hold on to this. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Rummenigge. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Oh no, this does not look good. Forlan. Cruyff. Shot could be on.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Oh, easy pickings there. Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, good-looking ball. And that is that. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Koller picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
And a quick reminder today to please
Well, after
take
all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Colorado Springs really impressed me with their endless energy, the way they went hunting after the ball and were able to force so many errors that they made the most of.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Lahm, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Cruyff. Now it's Messi. And this is Cruyff. Oh, easy pickings there.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
So it is still 0-0.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Yaya Toure is always scanning the pitch for targets. And here's Cruyff. And Cruyff! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. And that should get the job done.
Just as I thought, Pete.
Could be danger here. And now they can spring out of defence. It's played through for him. Maldini gets it clear. Now it's Messi. And he welcomes it in. Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. It's their second corner of the game. Schmeichel claims comfortable. And now a sudden chance to counter. The ball is loose. And Messi! Now, who's going to be first to this? Yaya Toure. Cruyff. That's a little off target. Well, we expected better, and so did he. And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now that looks a decent ball. Nedved. And it's made its way to him. Goes for a shot! He's scored! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
So the first goal of the game. And the shot! Denied by an instinctive save.
Eto clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 3 coming up. Cruyff clears it away. And now they can spring out of defence. He's had it taken off him. And he's managed to get free. Oh, that's delightful. And the half-time whistle goes. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak may be all it needs to change it.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Colorado Springs definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Yaya Toure. No way through. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. And it's Thuram, Messi.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Now it's Messi, and this is Cruyff. Knocks it into space. Yaya Toure. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, Peter, if they're attempting to see out the game with such a narrow advantage, there's room for trouble. I just think they're sending out the wrong message. This could backfire.
Messi tries to play it through. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots! It's there! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Colorado Springs are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitution for Manchester United, number 18.
Manchester
Ito.
United choosing
Number
to make the
19,
first change.
Platini.
So that's
Number
2 now
42,
without reply.
Toure.
Well, with this kind of authority,
Number 10,
Peter, why not push on
Messi.
and totally kill this
Number
off?
4, Johan Cruyff.
Fired. He runs in! They've done it! Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Lahm lays it forward. Xavi Alonso. Referee's given a throw. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Roberto Carlos looking to run onto it.
Manchester United really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
And he's picked it up out wide.
3 minutes added time.
And he's there to belt it away. That pass has been well intercepted. Threads one in. Oh, played through for the wide man. He's found a way through. Now the ball in. Cleared without hesitation. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then.
There's a player below us, Peter, that I've always admired. Franco Baresi, a defender with wonderful composure and discipline.
Yeah, can't say I'm surprised by your assessment there.
Yeah, one of the great liberos. His intelligence put him on a level higher than the rest, I think. Højlund really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Takes a shot! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So, a breakthrough already. And this is Cruyff. Cruyff going face-to-face with his great rival. Lahm hurtling down that right flank. Lahm plays it in. That's a decent clearance. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Cruyff. Some good work on the right flank here. Deep cross. He hits it! Really well taken goal. A A quite incredible spell. They are flying. What a header. Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist as well, Peter. Delivered at pace, the diversion, that's all that was needed.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Oh, he's been caught. Shot a goal! Oh, taken with style. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
That's going to go a long way. He's found a way through. Luis Suarez! Luis Suarez! It's a beauty! A finish right from the top draw. Two up now, and they are cruising. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Ah, that's just clever. He made the keeper think he was going one way, only to outfox him by going the other. Very nice.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Probing pass. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Now it's Luis Suarez. Baresi has given away a free kick. And it's Vieira. Xabi Alonso, who does have an assist to his name. It's Alonso! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Johan Cruyff. Number 5, Suarez. Coming on the field, number 17, Bale. Number 18, Mbappe. Substitutions taking place.
And the action is back underway. Oh, that is a win! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, smashing header! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Just eases him off the ball. Messi. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Julie. Well, momentarily the situation was perilous, but his alertness has saved the day.
Well, what can you say about that? Just about everything was stacked against him, and he still came through.
Julie. Nedved. It's Xabi Alonso. And this is Bale. It's run loose here. Eric Garcia. Rijkaard. Oh, this is a great position. Lahm. Messi. And it's Nedved. Szoboszlai. Looking for options for movement. Al Kubasi makes the interception. Juli engages and forces him off the ball. Szoboszlai. This is promising. They want to be quick to recover this. Juli. Nedved. That's a lovely, neat pass. And now the breakaway. Looking for the run. And the through ball. Goes for a shot! Yes! And the lead is extended still further. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
So now the difference is 3. Szoboszlai. Mbappe gets into a good position. Szoboszlai. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Mbappe. Very nicely done. And the shot! That's an imaginative pass. Well timed, excellent interception. Tries to play it through. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that
There
simple.
will be 1 minute added time.
1 minute to add according to the board. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So a real showpiece win. This stopper simply far too clever. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
everybody,
it
and
might not
welcome
feel
to
like that.
today's match.
The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. The action has already started. Well, you would think that the name Luis Suarez on any team sheet is sufficient to make any opponent shiver.
I think I'd struggle to name a striker who's better at playing his position.
So what would you say is his outstanding characteristic, Jim? What makes him special?
Well, I'm going to have to say it's his winning mentality, that doggedness, that ruthlessness, the desire to win at all costs.
And it's been played through. Can he finish? Goal, Germany! The breakthrough strike. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came off beautifully.
So, a breakthrough already. Now, can they get him away? Cristiano Ronaldo! And again! It's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping it.
Takes a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this. Keeper's dealt with that. That's good running with the ball. He's under a lot of pressure there. And this is Snyder. He's got away. Belletti. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Great ball if he can get there. Picked out brilliantly. And Messi! Oh, taken with style. Back to within one. Interesting. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
This is threatening to become a really good game. Goes for goal! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Looking to play him in. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Bergomi promptly onto that, and that is that. Bale. Bale!
Oh, that is rather wayward. Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
And this is Luis Suarez. Now that's well seen too. He's found a way through.
Such good technique.
Tries a shot! Goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Xavi Alonso. That has been cut short. And that's a good-looking ball. Looking for options for movement. Germany finding their passes. Luis Suarez.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
It's Luis Suarez! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
This possibly the last play of the half. that has been cleared. He's had it taken off him. Oh, easy pickings there. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. So we reached the halfway point.
Well, what an enjoyable first half. Just when you think a two-goal lead can be decisive, it's gone again, and I hope the goals keep coming.
Quite a half. More of the same, please. Score at the interval, 2-2.
Taking place.
So once again, we're underway. Tries to play it through. Xavi Alonso. It's a really well-measured ball. Great vision. Ronaldo receives it in a good position here. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Can he get on the end of this? And he's managed to get free. Maldini with the clearance. Germany have their second corner now. Nesta is there, and he can get that clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Lahm is wide and looking to get onto this. He has found the way through. Lahm plays it in.
Substitution.
Terrific header! It's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Belletti. Luis Suarez. Griezmann. Now it's Xavi Alonso. And there's his chance to lead the counter. He is through here. Now he's a tricky customer, but he slams the door shut. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, played through for the wide man. And he's there to clear it. Oh no, this does not look good. The cross. Big header! He scores! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Certain, searing, and imperious.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that two-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
And he was alert to it. It'll be a throw-in. And it's Schneider. Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And that is a little undercooked.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Indicated.
He can run onto that. Shoots! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, he takes home the match ball. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age.
And Del Piero! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been clubbed away. That'll be a throw. Oh, good-looking ball. Looking for the run. And this is Messi. Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And he's really put himself on the line here. Tries to get it clear, takes a shot. Nicely weighted ball. Kukçu did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And it's Messi. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And they can counter here. Great run on the overlap here. Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Chance here to counter. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's through, it's one-on-one. It's run loose. Chance for a shot! Goal! There is the breakthrough. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Del Piero tries making a foray down the right. Collier, and he's managed to get free. Chance, surely! Sticks it away! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage, he was being body-checked, Peter.
And the shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Cruyff clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Cruyff. Del Piero. That's good running with the ball. Oh, that's well spotted.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Looking to play him in. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And it's half-time here. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1.
The final whistle today. substitutions taking place.
And so we're off again.
Colorado Springs have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Koller looking understandably energised after his goal. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
He takes a shot! He scored!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
France take the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Van Dijk cuts it out. Van Dijk producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Ribéry, good purposeful running this. Flings in a bullet header! And he hits the net! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So all square and not for the first time.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Costa Curta. Robertson is always looking to play quality balls. Can he get onto this? Oh, he's been caught on it! He gets big! Oh, not the best of headers.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Looking to go... He's got tall! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Oh, looky, there's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Robertson spread it left. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. The referee's decided that he was fouled outside the box, and it is just a free kick. Ruben Dias has been shown a second yellow, just to confirm. Oh, what a climb! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Substitution for France. Number 7, Yankola.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Kukchu. Number 6, Costa Curta. Number 27, Serginho. Number 23.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner. It's a very decent chance! Got to be quick to recover this.
Number 20.
Vieira clears it away.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Swung over. That has been slung wide. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played. Well,
A header! Oh, that's incredible! Late in the day, this could well be it! Certain, searing, and imperious.
that's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
And time is up. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So off we go then.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the...
He's having a shot! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's well spotted. Shapes to shoot! Ambitious, but just off target.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Into the channel. Pass somewhat off target. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Neymar. And this is Messi. First quarter of an hour gone. And it's Stojkovic. Nicely worked. Schmeichel claims comfortably. Lahm. And he's managed to get free. Played into the shot! It's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. Certain, searing and imperious.
Superb timing to generate that power through a really strong neck behind it, and he gave the keeper little opportunity.
So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command.
That's a quick free kick. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, easy pickings there. Bebeto. Vieira. Luis Suarez. And it's Lahm. And the pass is intercepted. Batistuta. Now it's Stojkovic. De Bruyne. Maldini. Messi. Messi looking to penetrate opposition lines. Rijkaard. Neymar. Nicely weighted ball. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
It's Luis Suarez! There is the genius of Luis Suarez! About as smooth as it gets. And with that, he takes home the match ball. You just know there is no stopping that.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And the shot! Yes! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter,
And that's it. So So many thanks for Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I think this fella, Reece James, has been given two tasks here: to drive at and to beat people. Then delivering quality balls into the box, often played early and unpredictable. The other being to join in with the high press when playing on the front foot. He's a terrific talent.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. No, he's not getting past him there. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Ronaldinho. He's on it. Can he get away? Vieira. Now it's Cruyff. It's Ronaldinho. Maldini deals with that comfortably. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Guadalajara clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
This is... And Messi! That is delicious! He's got himself an absolute peach. There is the breakthrough. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
That was magnificent. The way he cut it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
He's having a shot! They've done it! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Now can he... And the shots! Relentless! Double quick time. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Colorado Springs are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Luis Suarez! And that is high.
Colorado Springs certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
And here's Suarez. Oh, such a clever touch.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And claimed it back swiftly. Now he's got space here. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Rafinha. Driving through the middle. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Substitution on the field. Number 6. Johan
Time
Cruyff.
then for the first substitution of the
Number
game.
5,
Guadalajara give themselves a
Coming on
fighting
the field,
chance. Back in with a
Number
shout.
9, Ribery.
Neatly clipped into space.
13,
Nice interception, well timed.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Vitinha. And it's Ronaldinho. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. Here we go again. Now, who's going to be first to this? He's shifting through the gears here. Hernandez. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Looking to play him in. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Rafinha. Vinicius Junior. Now, can they get him away?
That's really good energy, Peter, the way they defend from the front.
Guadalajara finding their passes. He's beaten the last man. Now that is a hefty challenge. Guadalajara with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Messi with the short one. Opts to play it back. Can he finish? It's in! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but...
Ribery gets through. And a chance! It's there! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So the lead now is 2. Great chance! No mistake!
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
Guadalajara get themselves back into contention.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
And it's Nedved. And that's been won straight back. Has a shot! Oh, glorious! That is a special one! About as smooth as it gets! Irrepressible! Imperious! That's what makes him what he is! Piercing! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to...
Big chance! Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Now, power or placement? What a save from Peter Schmeichel! And here's Vinicius Junior. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Played back. Now it's Ribery. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Reinders. Ribery. He's played it back.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
Messi. Guadalajara can breathe again. Just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Ribery. That's tidy. Now the ball in.
There will be
That's a
5
decent
minutes
clearance.
added time.
Look at the space. He's had a shot! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, okay, credit the good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
It's Alonso! It's hit the upright. He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Colorado Springs really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
And time is up. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. Messi claiming the match ball here. He was the difference. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie.
Hello,
The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running. Philip Lahm, Jim Beglin, one of the greatest fullbacks ever, perhaps.
Oh, without doubt, Peter. He's definitely in that category when it comes to legendary players. I don't think I've seen someone as adaptable, as dependable, both going forward and having to get back too. plus he's got that.
Can he finish? There it is!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Oh, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Now it's Luis Suarez, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Van Basten, and it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Messi. And this is Cruyff. Cruyff couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
Colorado Springs really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Now it's Messi. Lovely ball and a real chance now. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Yeah. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Can he get on the end of this? He's shifting through the gears here. And Cruyff! And it's in! They are really purring here. And they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. You don't keep those outs. He knew. He just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it.
Barcelona have it back and can go again. That's a sharp pass. Now it's Messi. Over to the left. And he's picked it up out wide. He's picked his way through. Beckenbauer gets it away. And claimed it back swiftly. Lahm just loves to go forward whenever he can. Cruyff. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. And we have our very first corner. Big header! Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And it's half-time here. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Really has been an astonishing game, peppered with goals. You cannot help feeling that the second half will supply more.
Substitution on the field. Number 5, Suarez. Coming on to replace
And that's
him
the start of
is
another 45
number
minutes.
18, Mbappe. Substitution in
Played with
progress.
finesse. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Stood up well to him there.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And this is Messi. Rijkaard. Out to the left it goes. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Barcelona have a free kick. It's a quick one. The message is clear, none shall pass. Rijkaard really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Mbappe! Nedved. Van Basten. And he was alert to it. And it's Rijkaard.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Well, it's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Messi. Nedved. No, that's been intercepted. And that's put paid to a promising move. Looking for a runner. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Rijkaard.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now this could be a chance. Nedved. Nedved! He scores! Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.